I'm going to attempt to repair this bumper bar, which has definitely had some damage, and the worst of it is to this corner, and there's a couple of little lines. I think there's about several cracks actually, and a previous repair which I'm going to leave alone, and a little scuff on this corner, so there's quite a bit to do. So I want to reinforce the fiberglass. So this crack here, it's not aligned straight, so what I'm going to do is get the angle grinder and just make a little pass through it just to clean everything up. As for the others, they do align straight, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I've got a fresh cutting disc in the angle grinder, and before I do anything, as we're working with fiberglass and it's a non-irritant to the respiratory system, we've got some safety goggles. I quite like these as they perform a good function keeping dirt out with this little board around there. These are DeWalt, they're very good. And a mask just to prevent any inhalation. So those edges are going to align quite nicely now when required. So I've got an air die grinder. You could use a Dremel, and what we want to do is just get in and clean up a lot of these areas and surfaces that we're planning to bond to. Well, I've purchased at great expense, I think about $13.50, this big boy fiberglass repair kit, and I'll just quickly unbox it. So you get, yeah, the box is empty. So you get some gloves, a lolly stick, and a brush, and some resin, and then in here there is some hardener and some fiberglass matting, which we're going to be cutting to size, and that is how much matting you get when unfolded, which I don't think is too shabby. It's about the size of a tea towel. Well, we've mixed the resin, hopefully at the ratio 3 to 100. There is a little line on the cup, and I suspect that is 100. So we'll take the little brush and do a small area. We'll just prime it, working this resin in on the newly cleaned surface. So then I'll add a sheet to repair and repeat with some adhesive. Just push that down. I need to get it really wet so it bonds, so that's as wet as I can possibly make it. And one good thing about this being a bumper is it retains a little pool of fluid. So I'll wet this sheet and then apply it over the top for the double thickness, and we'll go for a third. So that's looking something like, so I'll focus on the other repairs. Well, that's the simple repairs done, so it's on with a tricky one. Hopefully I can push this in. The fiberglass will yield some of its springiness with the adhesive. I just want to keep pushing it in, and I'm thinking about a bit of tape there just to hold that in place, and definitely this other crack, although it seems to be something like that, definitely needs the tape, so I'll do that. I've got the tape on, and that's holding it a lot closer together, and I've taped this other crack too as it needed a little tweak. So what you might find while you're messing around doing things like that is the whole lot congeals and goes off before your very eyes whilst you're busy getting tape and things like that. So I'm going to have to mix some more up and keep building a couple more layers on this repair. So I've actually added a fourth layer on that one, and one thing I've noticed is if you touch the underside of the cup, it's got potential to burn your hands. That's what's going off, and you can see there are, hopefully you can see it, there's some vapours coming off it. So do take care to do this in a well ventilated area, as I'm sure it will state on the instructions. It will also make your work quite warm to the touch too, and the curing time is 50 to 70 minutes. But one thing I've noticed is I can just about cut this with the scissors. It's a bit stiff, but I can just inch his way through it. So trim that off neatly. takes care of the excess, like so. I'm actually better with the scissors right-handed than left. Using the die grinder, I'll neaten up some of these surfaces. And now it's time for the filler. Now I've cleaned up the area, so I've knocked a few high spots off, as lower is better than higher, and hopefully we can just fill in there, and the others are done too. You can see we've had a go at them with a die grinder, and that's been worth its weight in gold, as there's quite a lot of like dust which comes off it, and you really do not want to be breathing that in. And the next product we're going to be using, which I purchased at Tool Station, is the Big Boy Plastic Flexi Filler, and that costs £6.99. It's very reasonably priced at this moment in time for 250 millilitres, and it comes in two parts. That's the hardener and a scraper, and that's the main body of filler. Now it is suitable for plastic bumpers, which is great, and there are some instructions there which I'm going to read. So it's actually grain colour, which did surprise me, as I was expecting it to be more like car body filler. Now it does say to mix an equal ratio of filler to hardener, e.g. half a tin to half a tube. Now what we used to do with car body filler is mix it in the ratio of a pea from that tube to a golf ball. So I'm going to work roughly to that, perhaps half a golf ball to half a pea. So that's, I would say, half a golf ball. Well, we've indeed added, I would say, half a pea. Could be a little bit more, could be more generous. So we'll get that mixed up. So bearing in mind what happened with the GRP, I was messing around with it, and then it all set. I'm going to do the simple parts first for a quick skim, and then we'll end up on that, and if we have to mix some more up, so be it. So I'm going to work the filler into the groove, just so I press it in, so that's slightly proud. So I'll use that to my advantage. Just keep working everything in, and ideally you want to get it reasonably smooth, so it minimises sanding. Slightly proud is desirable. So that's the other easier parts done, and I could actually feel it going off just when you've got a small bit on the spatula. So I'll just work that in and try and give it something it's lacking, its original shape. You can always go at it again if you're not happy with what you achieved first time. See, that's what we've got left, so there will be a good degree of waste with this. So as for mixing half a tin, I won't advise that. That's far too excessive. Just trying to work it in. If we don't get it this time, there's always next when it forming a good key, so it bonds with the parent material. I'm slightly proud to allow for sanding, so get in there with a shape. It's always important not to go backwards with a shape. It's very easily done when you think, oh yeah, that's it, I've got the shape there, and then just a little tweak, oh no, we've lost the shape, there's a bit of a hole there to fill. There's no rules about doing it in one. So the filler's now gone off. It was workable for, or I would say, around 15 minutes at that formula, and it's about done now. It's fit for the bin. So in warm weather, this has got a 1 hour curing time, so I'll watch this space. Okay, so I've got the bumper bar back on the vehicle now. It's had probably about 4 or 5 hours or something to dry, so we'll just see how it rubs down. I've got some 60 grit sandpaper, so that just should take the thick off. I'm pleased to say it is rubbing off quite well. I'm quite happy with that. Anyway, bodywork is and paintwork is a video all in itself. So many thanks for watching, and why not subscribe to learn of more low cost £20 or so repair solutions.